the Aqua Hot. I've been waiting a long time for this. This little box right here, along with a furnace under the van, is going to give us 3 separate zones of heating, independently controlled zones of heating and hot water, okay? And they all make nice and play together very easily. Very simple touchpad. This has RVC connectivity, so we could actually run this through the Victron Serbo GX. But I think it's best to keep it separate. I think you want to see a separate thermostat for your heat and your hot water. So I'm going to give you a quick run through because I think the way they created this system, it's very simple and very ingenious. Now, this may look like a lot, but it really isn't. It really isn't. The whole box comes apart. Look how simple it is inside. Heat exchanger. This is what we've been using anyway in our closed loop hot water systems. The exact same copper plate heat exchangers right here. Here's a blue AB valve. We've been using these under the van. So a lot of these components we're already using in our builds. I won't have to make my hot water as we drive anymore. I won't have to keep a glycol reservoir. I won't have to keep a water tank, heated water in a tank. This is on-demand hot water. So as long as you have water in your freshwater tank, you can make hot water. And it's regulated to 120 degrees. So let me give you a quick rundown. The way this thing works, it's pretty cool. There's glycol. This is a glycol reservoir, okay? So very simply, you connect a hose, right? A radiator hose that goes under the van, and that connects to your furnace. This furnace will sip whatever fuel you have in your coach. Are you diesel? Are you gas? There's a furnace for each of those. This one happens to be diesel for Roxy. So this burner goes under the van, okay? The glycol gets pumped to the burner where it's heated up. Then it comes back to the unit, okay, as hot glycol, right? Then it goes out to my heat modules. These are heat exchangers. Look at these. These are pretty slick. See this little box? It's basically a heat exchanger like the back of your air conditioner, right? Or your radiators with 2 fans in the back. In, out. But what's cool about this now, so the hot glycol came from here. It wasn't hot when it left here. It goes to the burner where it's heated. Then it comes back, and then it goes all throughout the van. Now, obviously, these hoses are going to be much longer because we're getting from this unit throughout the van. So the hot glycol comes through here. You set a thermostat temperature for zone 1, right? This is zone 1. And the fans will kick on and heat zone 1. Then you still watching? Then you send your glycol further down the line to zone number 2. Okay? Look how cool this is. It's daisy chaining. You're running these things. Can you see this now? Right? So in the case of Roxy, zone 1 is going to be under the microwave at the end of the aisle, down under the microwave. This zone is going to be going into their shower box. They have a big shower room. So we're going to heat that room as well. And of course, you remember that we don't bring our wall all the way up to the ceiling, or door all the way up to the ceiling. So that warm air is going to spill out into the cabin as well. Then you would go on to zone 3. In the case of Roxy, zone 3 is radiant heat, which includes radiant heat in the floor. It includes a radiator or a heat exchanger similar to this behind the galley, and another one under the platform for the office. And you can control these zones independently of one another. So if you wanted to, you could just leave the radiant heat and those passive radiators on. Quiet. That's a very calm, quiet, gentle heat, and it's non-directional. These have fans, so you're going to feel this air moving up into the cabin. And the fans, they're very quiet. These are, they're like computer fans. They're very quiet. 35 decibels. A whisper is 45 decibels. Normal conversation is 65 decibels. So this is just going to be a faint white noise in the background. The furnace is also going to make a little bit of noise. Okay? So they give you all the components you need. They give you everything in this system. Let me get this out of the way for a minute. You got how this works, right? I think it's very simple. The glycol is always flowing through all three zones and the hot water. Glycol's always flowing. What causes you to turn the temperature up or down is if you turn on the fans. Okay, if you turn on the fans, you're stealing some of the heat from that traveling glycol. Heats up your area. And then we have these, I don't know where they are, these little thermistors. We got these little thermostats, these little heat sensors that we place strategically in each zone. So you will know if it's getting too hot up front, you can turn down that zone independent. This is really nice. And, I've always been a proponent of keep it simple, stupid, right? I don't want a lot of complex things to fail. This is really no different than the Webasto and the closed loop glycol hot water system that I put in the van already. It's just that they put everything in one self-contained box, which I love, because if anything goes wrong with this, you just take these hoses off, pull this out, replace a component or replace the whole damn thing. It's easy. That's what I like. Same thing with the furnace. The furnace sits under the van. Here's this is the glycol pump. It sits under the van with the furnace. It can't get much easier than this. They give you fuel filters. They give you this beautiful mixing valve for your radiant heat in the floor. So you can control the floor heat, okay? But it's through this mixing valve rather than turning fans on and off. So what'll happen here is if your floors are too hot, it's going to mix some of the cool glycol with the hot glycol to temper down your floor and your passive radiators. So again, very simple system. Under the van, you have an air filter to suck the air into the furnace. And then you have the exhaust all outside of the van. The combustion is outside of the van. It uses outdoor air in and out. So you are not changing the atmosphere in the van. You have no risk of carbon monoxide entering the van, although we will have our carbon monoxide detectors in the van regardless. Because yes, if you're not careful and you place your exhaust near an open window, this exhaust comes under the van, right? It exits from under the van. But if it's right under a bedroom window and you're not moving, you may certainly get that carbon monoxide exhaust back into your bedroom. So you have to be very smart about how you plan this system. The exhaust comes with a little muffler. Isn't that cute? Do you remember how excited I was when I got my first S-bar system? Now, with the help of a little automatic transmission, I swing the rail.
Chip, you got a package!
It worked like a charm. Hello! The blower. Muffler. You've got to have a muffler. A heat exchanger. Here it is. Here it is. The furnace. The furnace. Yeah, we've come a long way. Yeah, everything's here. This is a wonderful little kit. It's a brand new series that Aqua Hot put out for vans. Okay, 125D for diesel. 125G would be, that's right, gas. I like it. I like it. They also offer this as a modular system where you get each and every one of these components separate on the table. So it's like, I mean, I suppose there's a place for that because here we have to find a footprint for this form factor. This thing's got to sit somewhere in the van. And in some vans, it may be a white elephant in the room. But with us, we literally build our garage around this because we knew it was coming. We knew how important it is. This is a game changer for your heat and for your hot water. I'm very excited about this. And of course, you'll see the installation, you'll see the build. The Tampa RV show can be overwhelming for some, but not for me. These days, my interest is only with the Class B vans. The Tampa RV show can be... Hello. Welcome to my lair. This is the inner sanctum, the Humble Road inner sanctum. Everything in this van works very well for me. The next thing I'm going to do is replace that kitchen sink. I don't know what's going on with these RV and boat designers, but the sinks are too small. Every time I do anything in there, I get this lazy river running down the countertop. The new sink is here. All I got to do, I can leave this countertop here. I'm so thrilled about that. All I have to do is cut this hole and put it in. It should be a piece of cake, Mama. I had to buy the biggest sink I could find. And I'm just lucky that it fit. Got to take it slow. It's very serious work. You ready, June?
Yes, Chip.
Come on now, this is serious. We're recording. Try it again. You ready?
That damn microwave. Look at it. Just sitting there taking up space. Dead weight. I never use it. The breaker's been off since I bought this van. I really could make better use of that space. How will I do it? And what about the next guy? That next guy may want a microwave. He may not. I'm going to do it.
All right. Easy, buddy. Easy. Okay. All right, we're inside the microwave cabinet. This is where the microwave sat. June! June! June!
I got invited to a special tour, a very special tour. There's one problem. I got here too early, but I can't wait. I'm going in. Hello? Hello? Anybody here? Wow. Look at this. Oh man.
Tonight from his hometown, Cleveland, Ohio, we bring you The Pepsodent Show, starring Bob Hope.
Oh man, I gotta get a look inside this thing. I'm gonna measure the sink.
George, let's go. Come on, George. Get up. What are you doing? Hey, wake up, George. Let's go.
All right, I know what I'm gonna do. Here's what we got. I'm gonna put a screen door right here, a hard wood screen door. The screen door slams. Mary's dress sways. Can you imagine if he wrote, "The screen wall hangs with magnets and stays"? The whole world would be different today. The most difficult part so far was getting the curve cut into this board.
finally on my way. 3 weeks in my van bopping around Florida. I see these winters the same way every year. Dead. Everything is dead. This journey began as if I was a bullet and New Jersey was the trigger. So off I went, heading south. I've done this so many times, my van knows the way. I only stop to refuel, eat, and sleep. Mostly in truck stops. Flying J is my favorite. After about an hour of driving, I decided to pull off and check on my new bike hitch assembly. I gotta stop dreaming up all these crazy scenarios. I worry too much. I think I better see a doctor. On a causeway near Bradenton, my life took a turn. I met Gary Hannon, my beans he did burn. All right. I'm not a singer, I'm not a songwriter. But I met up with a singer-songwriter. And he's a van dweller.
I opened one of these because I wasn't sure how long you'd be. If you're gone more than 3 minutes, you know, anything can happen.
Survival instincts take over. This is beautiful right here. Okay, recording. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Might have heard of a song called Tequila Makes Her Clothes Fall Off. That's him. He wrote that hit, among others. He's the real deal. He's Gary Hannon. I got a great cooking segment here. Are you ready to see this now? Where do you see this? This, look at this. This is a seafood casserole. It didn't start out that way, but that's how it ended up. And I think it's for the better. This is a $35 meal at a fancy restaurant, done right here in the van. Do I get lucky or what? I had one subscriber comment. He says, George, I'm a retired professional chef. I have never seen a cooking show anything like what you did. I know. Yeah, I know. All right. The two best times of the day to get that nice, low, romantic lighting are sunrise and what is referred to as the golden hour around sunset. I love this time of the day. It's peaceful, unadulterated, pure. Well, it was right about that time old Ed came out to start his day.
I'm at a Harvest Host winery, and they got me off along the side here by a highway. You can hear the traffic.
Our favorite wine, our most popular wine, is Pasquale Red, which is a combination of Concord and Ives. We named it after a friend of mine who passed away, and he was a sweet little Italian guy, and the wine's sweet like he is. And that's how we got started into where we're at now.
So kind and gentle a man, Frank invited me, who he just met, to sit with him and his right-hand man, Sheila, to drink his wine and to wait for the eclipse. I would imagine that this is the wine they serve in heaven. I have to say that all the dry reds I have tried this week are excellent, and these New Jersey winemakers, they should be taken seriously.
It's no secret how I feel about Pleasureway vans. All the virtues I expound on my channel are true. High quality, excellent livability, thoughtful design. Well, all that grandiloquence has afforded me a few unanticipated perks. Pleasureway gave me the nod to walk through their vans at the Tampa RV show. Talk about a kid in a candy store. Walk? There's no walking. Woohoo! Yee-hee! Woohoo!
You ready? Fit and finish, choice of materials, build quality, design cues. That's where we're at. Now, you got a coach. It's nice and bright. It's wide open. You got an open galley. You have a bathroom you can stand up in for a shower. What else is there? Sorry I'm late. I was out looking at another van. Okay. This winter, I'm going to try to get my hands on a Sprinter cargo van. Raw, empty, a 3500 dually, brand new. Start from scratch and do a build out. My way. I have a lot of ideas when it comes to floor plans, being practical, resourceful. Everything has 2 or 3 uses. You come along, you watch every step. In the end, I'll sell it. Ready to go. What do you think? Would you be interested in watching that? Could keep you entertained all winter.